The show must go on is a phrase in show business, meaning that regardless of what happens, whatever show has been planned still has to be staged for the waiting patrons. The saying and principle are traditional in theatre, but they both originated in the 19th century with circuses. If an animal got loose or a performer was injured, the ringmaster and the band tried to keep things going so that the crowd would not panic, because it's a point of honor not to let the other players down by deserting them when no understudy is available. Later on, the phrase was more broadly applied to the hotel business and show business in general. Eventually, the phrase was used to convey the idea that an event or activity must continue, even if there are problems or difficulties. One example of the show must go on being put to practice was during the dinner scene in the movie Django Unchained, where Calvin Candy, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, learns he has been tricked. DiCaprio slams his hand on the table, breaking a glass and cutting his hand. This wasn't part of the script, and the actor had badly hurt himself, but in true method or madness tradition, some will say, he never broke character and the take was the one used in the movie. It was his real blood. I have chosen the phrase "the show must go on" as the subject matter of my treatise today because of some issues I had been dealing with within one of my organizations, Rootstv to be precise. Several years ago, I had set up this media organization as a vehicle to show that the media still remained a veritable tool to right the many wrongs in society and to tell the untold stories of the masses. Most people know that one of the greatest challenges faced by the Nigerian news industry is the brown envelope syndrome, whereby reporters are induced to carry the news. This means that more often than not, those who can't afford to pay for play are ignored. Considering the role of the news media in society, you would agree that this is a dangerous culture. I had therefore set up Rootstv hoping to show that it is possible to tell the people's story without being induced. I had also deliberately refused to accept any advertisements on any of our platforms so that nobody could ever influence what we publish by offering ads or pulling ads. This essentially means that Rootstv is a not-for-profit organization. But, unfortunately, no matter how good your intentions are, there is just something about the Nigerian system that overwhelms you. I had to fire staff several times because they collected brown envelopes when they went out on assignments or published brown envelope stories on my platform. A few weeks ago, I came to the realization that no matter how many people I fired, any new hire was likely to also collect brown envelopes when presented with the opportunity. The opportunity costs to brown envelope stories are the untold stories of people who are victims of an unfair and unjust society. Their stories can never be told enough. There's so much abuse and neglect in our society that it seems that we have become numb and accepted it as a way of life. It's therefore surprising that those who have been given a platform to tell their stories or stories of people like them would rather spend their time writing stories about government agencies who have induced them. Sometime last week, I took the difficult decision to shut down Rootstv because I realized I could not beat the brown envelope system at play in Nigeria. And Pilate answered and said again unto them, What will ye then that I shall do unto him whom ye call the King of the Jews? And they cried out again, Crucify him. Then Pilate said unto them, Why? What evil hath he done? And they cried out the more exceedingly, Crucify him. And so Pilate, willing to content the people, released Barabbas unto them and delivered Jesus when he had scourged him to be crucified. And the soldiers led him away into the hall called Praetorium, and they called together the whole band, and they clothed him with purple, and plaited a crown of thorns, and put it about his head, and began to salute him, Hail, King of the Jews! And they smote him on the head with a reed, and did spit upon him, and bowing their knees, worshipped him. And when they had mocked him, they took off the purple from him and put his own clothes on him and led him out to crucify him. The king who came to save his people was about to be killed by the same people he came to save. Crucify him, they shouted. They wanted nothing to do with him. I wonder if at that point he thought to himself, let me abandon this mission. Why go through a painful death to save a most wicked people? Why suffer this humiliation, this agony? He must have thought to himself. What agonizes you right now? Have you decided to abandon sheep like me? Have you said this marriage is over? Have you decided that you've had enough of Nigeria? Have you decided to shut down your business? Our reasons might vary, but the decision is still the same. You've had enough. You supported an orphanage for years, but now you say no more because you suspect the owner is the real orphan. You decide not to pay tithes and offering in church anymore because you suspect your pastor is chopping the money. What radical decision have you taken or are you about to take? Abraham said, "Oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there." And he said, "I will not destroy Sodom for 10's sake." As they humiliated Christ, as they beat him, as they prepared to kill him, he said, "Father, peradventure one might be saved. The show must go on." He said, "Father, peradventure might be saved. The show must go on. It is a point of honor, Father. I won't desert mankind. Father, peradventure my kids might be made whole if I stay on in this marriage. The show must go on. Father, peradventure one orphan might benefit from my benevolence. The show must go on. Father, peradventure my tithes and offering would benefit one person in need. The show must go on. Father, peradventure I might be the difference in my country. The show must go on. Father, peradventure the story of only one unknown Nigerian is told by Rootstv. The show must go on. Don't be discouraged by the mess around you. Focus on the message. Don't let the season frustrate you. Remember the reason. God says in every imperfection is his perfection. The show must go on. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your career. Don't give up on friends and family. Parents, don't give up on your children. Children, don't give up on your parents. Don't give up on your health. Don't give up on your marriage. Don't give up on life. The show must go on. Your show must go on because God is with you. God bless you all.